Or you can come to router 2, that's this one. Then we go to the interface. I'll share this with you. You guys can work on it. I'll just share with you, that's fine. So interface first, hold on, let me just delete something. So if you want to delete an existing, you just come to this X sign, then you just click on the device you want to delete. Then you uncheck it. Then you can go ahead with what you want to do. Or you press escape, that's fine. So we go to interface G 0/0. Then no, we bring the ports up by doing no shutdown. The port is up now. And as you can see here, between two different devices, they are using the crossover, and between the same type of device, that's a router, they're using crossover. Different devices, they're using straight through. So that's how it is. Over here, it's different devices, but they're using straight through. Yeah, different devices straight through, same devices crossover. Yeah, but for now, the devices are smart. You can use any cable to work. It should work. But also, that's a layer one troubleshooting issue. If your port is not coming up, you can check that. So we configure the IP address. IP address 192.168.2. This is also a third network. So this is the third network I have put here. That is 2. So the 1 is a network, the 2 is another, 3 is a network for now. We'll explain it the next time we have the meeting. 255.255.255.0. Let's see. And then you exit. Whenever you want to leave, you exit. Or you can press Control D. Okay, here's how working. So exit is fine. So we go to the next interface. That is this interface coming here. We go to this interface, which is, we can see shuts down. So it's still red. So we can confirm that show IP interface brief. Do show, I didn't bring the show. So do show. So as you can see, that one is administratively shut down. That means it's in the configuration that it should shut down. So we have to enable it. So we go to interface G 0/1, and we go to no shutdown. The port is up now. Then we give it an IP address. So IP address, that's the third network, 192.168.3.1, 255.255.255.0. Exit. When you want to save on Cisco, the command is copy running startup. So you're copying the running configuration to the startup configuration. So when there's a reboot, it picks it up. So you can just press enter, it's fine. So we come here and also copy the running startup. So exit, you have to do this in the privilege mode. You can't do it in the configure mode unless you add a do, but we can just check it to confirm that. So copy is not even working, as you can see. So we exit, then we go to copy running startup. So this saves this. If there's a reboot, this saves it. So now our network is completed. We have IPs here. There's a switch. There is no IP. It's a layer 2 switch. And then we have an IP here. We have a new and a different network here. We have. Then we have a different network here. So here is maybe network 2. Network 1. Then here would be network 3. So So this is one network. This whole side is one network. This side is one network. And also this side is one network. So now we want to see if we can ping from our device where we can go to. So over here, this device has 1.2 over here. So we see if we can ping 1.2. So ping is also, what ping does is it sends a request and then it gets a feedback, a reply. It's using ICMP protocol. So we can ping ourselves. We try to ping our gateway. We can ping our gateway. We try to ping the port over here. That is 2.1. 2.1 is reachable. We try to ping this port over here. That's 2.2. We are not able to reach 2.2. Okay. Then we try to ping maybe the device we have here. The device we have here, that is 3.3.2. We are also not able to ping it. Okay, so basically now we can try and see what happens when we'll see what happens when you send the packets. What happens? So usually when you send a packet, the data, you have your sender's MAC address, so source MAC. You have your source MAC. Then I'll use the brackets. So let me use the brackets to do this. Source MAC. You have your destination MAC. Then you have your source IP. Then you have your destination IP. Let me do dest IP. And then whatever data you're sending, whether it's a WhatsApp message or whatever, that comes then the data. So this is the basic thing. So whenever a message is sent, let's say our ping, what the device does is this device sends an app where we are trying to ping. Currently, we are trying to ping 192.168.3.2. This device is our device we have here, that's the PC1, is on 192.168.1.0 network. This is a different network because we are using the third subnet for now. For /24, it affects whenever there's a change in the third subnet, the network changes. So we know this network is different from this network. And even from our diagram, we know it's a different network. So what this will do is, because it's on a different network, the device sends it to the gateway. So the device will say, it will send the MAC address, maybe AAA, and it will look for the gateway. It will ask in the network, what's app table, what is the gateway? With the MAC address lookup, and then it will get the VBB, that is for this guy. This port, this particular port. So on a router, each port is on its own network on a router. So it comes to this port, and then it will look for the source IP will be 192.168. That's this guy's IP. That's the source IP. 1.2. And then the destination, that's what it's trying to ping, is 192.168.3.2. It's trying to ping our other device here, our other PC here. You want to reach each other. So I think the main lesson here is to be able to reach each other. That would be the whole lesson. So currently what happens is when the traffic, when the data gets to this guy over here, it strips off the MAC address. It strips off the MAC address. It doesn't touch the source MAC, source IP and destination IP. So the destination MAC was the gateway when this guy was sending it, because he doesn't know this IP. So he's sending it to its gateway that I want to send data to someone I don't know, but you are my gateway, take it. When the traffic comes here, the gateway says, okay, I've received a data that is having the destination MAC is me, so it's my traffic. When he looks inside it, to see that the destination IP is not for the device. So routers have routing table to look in the routing table and see, do I know how to reach it? Do I know how to reach this IP? If yes, it will forward it to the next thing. So you look at this device and see its routing table. So look for the routing table. So that would be show IP routes. As you can see, this device doesn't know, it knows how to get to. So when you see C is connected, it will show you the syntax is here. So maybe later you can check it. C is connected. Whenever you connect something, it automatically knows it. So C is here, it's connected. It knows how to get to the 2 network. This router over here knows how to get to the 2 network. But it doesn't know anything about the 3 network that is over here. That is at the side. I want to make this thing smaller. Let's also. Can you guys see this, the routing table and then the network? Or you can't see the routing table?
Oh, we can't.
Which one is the routing table?
Okay.
I think I'm lost.
Yeah, let me move this one here so that I bring the routing table.
Show IP route.
Yeah, show IP route shows you the routing table on the router.
Okay. So the routing table, do you have to manually configure it or is automatic?
So on a router, automatically it will have some. So let's go back to this device. It's here now. The device is here. So when I go to show IP routes, it shows me, this is my routing table. I have it here.
Okay.
So first of all, it tells me gateway of last resort is not set. That means I've not set any gateway that if I don't know where to go somewhere, use this device. So when we see on our PC, we set a gateway that if you don't know where to go to, send it to this guy. That's why the PT is sending it to this guy. If you didn't set a gateway and it doesn't know, it won't send it anywhere at all. It will just drop the traffic. But because there's a gateway, if it knows, it will send it. If it doesn't know and it's not in the network, to send it to that gateway. So if you're on the same network, you don't need a gateway because you know. But if you are going anywhere else and you don't set a gateway, the PC will not even try to send it anywhere, to drop it immediately. So let's say this router, there is no gateway. That means if it doesn't know the IP, it will drop the traffic immediately. But if there's a gateway, immediately it doesn't know it, will send it there. Any traffic it doesn't know, it will send it there. So this is the route. Look at it. But when we do start routing, we'll check it. So this is we have a route here. There's nothing here. That's your IP. So we have one here. This is a connected network. And it's telling you that this network, that is 192.168.1.0. That is the network we have here. I'll put it there. Let me put the networks there. So that is a little bit 192.168.1.0/24. It's telling you this network is connected. Let me go to this network. 192.168.2.0/24. One 192.168.3.0/24. So this guy is telling you that it knows 192.168, that this network, it knows this network, and this network is connected on G0/1. That is this guy. That is correct. Okay, yeah, you can talk. Caleb, you can, yes.
Yeah. So my question is, can you please explain the IP format? Because I'm seeing /24 here. So can you just explain the whole format?
Okay, sure. So okay, so next week we'll do Stabnet and have to talk about all that. But for now, /24 is when you have /24 currently, the conversion in the other way can be 255.255.255.0. So we have two. We have the CI classless interdomain range. So we have these two. So you can do it this way, or you can do it /24. But this is equivalent to /24. But next week is only next week we are not going to do any routing. I'm just going to do how we do the networks. But this week I want us to do just routing to know how traffic traverses on the network. Then next week we'll talk about how we have all these conventions. Yeah, because if we do the conventions now, it will be, you don't know the reason why we have to do the conventions. But when we are done with this, you would know that then we have to do conventions. Okay. Caleb, is that fine?
Yeah,
but for now, this is /24. That's why I'm not trying to do any other subnet apart from this. So this is /24. And let me just give a little insight on this. What this means is you have 256 hosts in this network. a network has this, and the usable host is 254. And this is because you have one of, not necessarily your first, but you have one of them being your gateway in the network.
Okay.
One of the IPs will be your network IP, and then one of them will be your broadcast IP.
Okay, so I have another question.
Sure, you can ask.
So let's say I'm on iNet now, and my IP is 192.168.2.146, and maybe I go to NetPage. Can I still have that same IP?
Okay, so next week it's also, we have private IPs and public IPs. So these are currently the whole network I have here is private IP. That means if someone is on the internet, the person cannot hit me, because this IP can be used anywhere. But public IPs, when you're on the internet, you can reach the public IP directly. So I think next week we'll have it in the course. We'll move straight to IP addresses and subnetting. So next week we'll do this IP addressing and subnetting.
Okay.
Yes, but today we just want to do we just want to reach from here to here with it. The next week we'll talk about the IP address and how with the types we have and how to have them administered.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, sure. So I think we are here. So currently these are the routes. It's telling you where it knows it. It's telling you L is a local and then C is connected. So it tells you, it knows how to get to this network, the 2 network through the spot, but it doesn't know how to get to 3. So let's just come here quickly because I don't know, the time will be over soon. We are trying to, if you try to ping 2.2, that is this guy, it will still not go through. Because when we come back here and we have our source here, when this device, Caleb, I think your question, so I forgot where I go to. Okay. I think I got here that when the traffic gets to this guy, it will say the destination is not my IP. So it will look in its routing table. If it doesn't know how to go to it, to drop it. That's why you're having destination host unreachable, because your gateway doesn't know how to go to it. Is that fine at this point?
Yeah, I understand that part.
Okay, sure.
Where I didn't understand was that /24, but
okay,
we can look at that.
You can look at that, sure. So let's come here. So now we have to do a little something that will be a static route. So today we'll do a static route here. We'll go back to static routes and routing, but let's just do this for now. So we go to configure terminal. And over here, because we want to we are doing the routing on the whole router, so we don't go to an interface, so we just do it. Let me see the syntax they have here. IP route, this one route, so. Okay, so Control C, so we have IP route. So your destination, so we are saying we want a destination, and now this is our destination. This network is where we want to go to. We want our router, this router, to know how to get to this network. So we come 192.168.3.0/24. And then the next thing is your question mark. The next thing is your next hop. I think here they use 255, so 255.255.255.0. And then your next hop. But hold on, let me see the syntax, because the syntax is different. Destination prefix is 192.168.3.0. And then question mark, destination prefix max. Okay, so that's the max, 255.255.255.0. And then we come to, you can do your forwarders address. Forwarders address is like your next hop. Who has to forward it? We know this guy, would make it this guy, because this guy is connected here, so he will know how to get here. So we'll make it this guy. So that would be 192.168.2.2, because that's the IP on this guy. enter. Now we'll try and see if your ping it will come true. I don't know if someone can try and answer whether the ping will go through or not and why.
Alex,
Please, can someone let me know? Solo, Alex, Caleb, would the ping go through or not? I've put a static route here now, and this guy knows how to get it with the ping. And
Boss, please your question again.
the question is, I've put a static IP on right now. Let's come here. If you come here and we do show IP routes.
Your routes are
Now there's a static route. I know how to get to this guy. So let me exit. Let me do a ping over here. 192.168.3.2. Would this go through or not? Or here?
I bet it will go through because you set the
next host.
Okay, sure. So Edu, please answer. You have to be quick, Edu. Caleb has answered. Edu, please answer. Will it go through or not?
I think it should go through.
Okay. Solo, will it go through or not?
Boss, right now,
No, will it go through or not?
Kofi, let me see the diagram.
This is the diagram.
Yes, you see.
This is the diagram.
Good.
You
Now
are
let me
pinging
check
from
the diagram.
I'm pinging from either way. I'm saying from this router right now. Can I ping this guy now? Because I've put
This guy.
but he knows how to get to it. Yes.
You want to pay
He
this
knows,
guy?
he knows how to reach the router 2 now because they started.
So okay, so this ping, will it go through the one here? Will it go through here?
So 2.3.
No, the two switch IP.
Yes,
Use IP.
it will go through
So 2
because
is the 10 network TCP.
So over
The
here,
10
as you can see, this one went through. I don't. You can okay. So we can check. This one will go through. Then we come here, we check over here. Here will not go through.
Why?
Yeah. So we come back.
you did not set the
routing the other end.
for the other one.
Yeah. So when we come back here to this source and mark, when it gets here, let's see. Let me do this quick because let me try and do this quick. Do you have to take this one in note? This thing, because I will be mixing it. When the traffic comes from this guy to here, and this is the destination. When it gets here, this guy will say, "It's not me. Let me look in my routing table." So it will come and look in this routing table, show IP route. It will say, "Oh, if I have to go to this guy," but it is directly connected to this guy. That is the 2.2. Do you get it, Edu? So it will send the traffic to 2.2. When 2.2 gets it, the source and mark will change. The source will now be this guy. The destination will be this guy. Then the traffic will move here. The source will be this guy. And the destination will be here. But the issue is this network 1.2. There's this network 1.2. That is the source IP of this ping we are doing. That is this guy. Router 2 doesn't know how to get to 1.2. So we can just go there and confirm. So we are in router 2 now. So we can go to enable show IP routes. Router 2 doesn't know in its routing table, doesn't know how to get to 1.2.
Yeah.
It has PC1, PC0.
That's this network over here. That's
PC0.
Yes, that's PC0. It doesn't know how to get it. No, it's on this same device. I told you every port is a different network. So every port.
So does that mean the router should be able to communicate with both PCs?
Yeah, no, I want PC to be able to communicate to both PC to PC. So
okay, so that means our ping in this way is one way. PC1 can reach.
No. So the difference between the PC and the this device over here. Let me go back to when we are pinging from the router. Why the router goes through? When you are pinging from router 0, it goes through because when you do a ping, the destination, first of all, let me just pick this thing back again.
Define the source and destination MAC address.
It will start with the source and destination. So the source will be this guy. The source will be this guy. The destination will be this port. So they know it's but then the IP addresses will be, let's say this guy is not 1. So let me use that one. This guy is 192.168.1.2.1. and then it wants to get to, let me just remove that. Let me do it 3.2. I'm removing the first subnet. Okay, let me just put it there. 192.168. When this guy, this is the source and this is the destination. So the source and the mark will be here. When he gets here, this guy will see, I have a source. The source is coming to me. The reason why this guy was sending here is because we have a static route now in this device. You have a static route, so it doesn't know, but to look at the static route and be like, okay, if I have to go to this, I have to send to 2.2. When 2.2 gets it, it knows this guy because it's on the same network. It will send it here. When the traffic gets here, so it will send it to this guy. When the traffic gets here, the guy has to return back. It will be like, I don't know this network 2.1. So I'll send it to my gateway. My gateway is 3. My gateway is 2.1. But 2.2, but 2.2 is on the same network as this guy because you see this, they're on the same network over here. So it knows, but this guy doesn't know about this guy, this network. So there are 3 different networks. 1, 2, 3. So this guy knows about this network, and this guy knows about this network because of the static route.
So does this mean in this case, if PC you are using at PC0 to ping PC1, the PC1 will get the ping request, but its response will not get to PC0 back.
Yes, it will get. So this one, if you ping from here, your thing will come. When it gets here, it will go and hit here. But when it gets here, this guy will be like, I don't know this source IP. So it will drop this one, will drop it because it doesn't know the source IP. But the traffic will get here, but it will not come back. But when it's clear. But when you ping from here, it won't go at all because over here it doesn't know at all. It doesn't know this. We've not put a static route here. So now we come here, we put a static route. This should solve our issue. So we come here. This is router 2. So configure terminal. I'll share this file, then you guys can edit it. You do the name, configure terminal. Then we do IP route. So this, if you want to do a static route, this is what to do IP route. You can always use the question mark. The question mark is telling you destination. So the destination we want is this network. We want this guy to know this network. So that's 192.168.1.0/24. The next thing is your okay, let me not do /24. This is so 255.255.0. Then the next thing is you have a lot of things. You can even put it on a port. You can say whenever it's this IP, pass this port. You can use this. You get it. But let's use an IP address for now. But you have several options to use. So let's use 192.168. The IP you have to use an IP that this guy knows is connected to. So as you can see, 2. So it knows only the 2. It doesn't know this guy has 2 and has 1. So if you use the 1.1 over here, it will not work. So let me try and use that 1.1 because this router also has 1.1 and then 2.1. So we use 1.1. You need more time on the help. So 1.1, let me do enter. It comes now. We try and ping it and see. We are trying to ping this. We are in this router. We are trying to ping this PC. We have our static routes. We can show our route, show IP route. We have a static. It didn't pick it. Hold on, let me. So it didn't pick it, but it didn't tell me that there was an error, but it didn't bring it here. As you can see, it's not here. The route is not here.
Yeah.
Yes, so because it doesn't know this guy at all, so there's no way it's going to send it to this guy. So let me go back. Let me exit. Let me do configure terminal. Let me go back to the command. Let me run it again. Let me do show IP. Do show IP route. You see, it still doesn't put the route there because it doesn't know this .1, this side of the router. It only knows this side. So now let's change it to 2.1 and let's see what happens. You see now it has added it here.
Yeah.
As you can see over here, after we did it didn't add it, but now it has added a static route because it knows 2.1. It's on the same network as 2.1. I hope you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we go back to this device and try and ping. Well, let's go through. It won't go through.
It will go through.
It will go through.
Okay,
So
now
yes.
we can ping. So we can do trace route too. I hope you all know trace route.
Trace it.
Okay, here I don't know how this. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me see how these people want to do that trace route on this device. It's not here. So let me check here. Let me check the.
See, it's straight set. See,
Yeah.
it's there.
No, I try do for here. You know, when I check desktop, hold on. I think they'll allow you to do it directly. Traffic generator. Okay, let me go back to command prompt. TRA trace.
Yeah.
Okay, so 192.168.3.2. That is this. We want to see how it gets to this router. So now you can see it goes to 1.1. That is this guy. Then it goes to 2.2. That is this side of this guy. Then it goes directly to this guy because this guy, it knows this router knows the other ports already because it's connected to it. Then it comes here. So now if we come here, will we be able to ping the other guy?
Yes.
1.2. This is the router. Now you're able to ping it. So basically, this is now you have end-to-end connectivity over here because you're using static route. Now your network is known all over. So over here, every network, every part is known. So when you go to exit and do show IP routes, every network in your topology here is known by this router. It knows the 1.0 network. It knows the 2.0 network. It knows the 3.0 network. So any device connected here in this part, so if you add another router here and give it an IP to be able to reach it, same as here. So that's how you basically do. So basically we'll end it here, but we'll do just one. So please take me through. Let's say I'm doing a ping from PC1 to PC0. Take me through I'll take you through one, then you take me through one. So if you are doing a ping from PC2, PC2, PC1, this is what happens. You have your source. Let me do just SM, then destination MAC, then source IP, then destination IP. So the SM, I'll keep it because I don't know the MAC, I'll keep it here. So SM and DM is the same. Then source IP will be 3.2. Let me not write the photo, 3.2. Then destination IP will be 1.2. So when the traffic goes through the switch, it's a layer 2 switch. It just gets here. It gets to this port. This port is 3.1. This port, it will know that I don't know this. This IP is not in my network. I'll send it to my gateway. My gateway is 3.1. This will be like I have a traffic for myself. When it opens the packet, it's a router. It will clear the layer 2. Then it will say, oh, the destination is not for me. So what do I do? Do I know the network? No. Yes, I have it in my routing table. So this is what it will do. It will now say the source MAC, it will use itself. This router will use itself as the source MAC now. So it will use R2 source MAC, and the destination MAC will be this IP because it's the IP the service is going to. So it will become R0. That will be the destination MAC, and then the IP addresses don't change. So the source will still be 3.2, and this will be 1.2. The traffic will now get to the next guy. That is this guy. He'll be like, I have a traffic for myself. He opens it. It says, oh, the destination is not me. So it will clear this and to make itself the source now. So the source now, R0 will be the source MAC. And it knows this PC that this is this guy. It knows this guy. So to use PC's destination MAC. And then it will be like, so the source is 3.2 and this is 1.2. So this is how the traffic will run here. And to do the same thing backwards to get here, because it's a ping, so it's a request and then the send. So to do the same reverse. So your source, your MAC address will be changing each time the traffic gets there because the device that is sending it will use it as the MAC, source and the destination to use that as the destination. But your IP address doesn't change. The source and destination IP doesn't change. So I don't know. Is this clear?
Yeah, I think it's a bit clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do a topology and then I'll write there will be something missing in the topology, and then you guys have to fix it and then you can share it. So I'll do that topology and share it. I'll also share this topology. Then before the time goes off, we are in router. Let me see. This is router 2. So to name the router is host name. Usually it's host name. So let's name our device. I'll name everything and share. Configure terminal. Host name. So we can name this Edu Home. That's router 2. No, so let's name it.
That is not official.
Okay, so what, okay, so
Edu doesn't have a router.
Network, that's why.
Information security.
Edu doesn't have a router.
okay, so we should name it.
Just like that.
Okay, we should name it Gambia. Let's name this Gambia.
Yes.
Hey, why Gambia? Why Gambia?
Gambia router. So Gambia.
Gambia.
Yes, then we
The
name here.
network Sierra
Then we
Leone.
name here Sierra Leone. So yes, so the other networks will be the same. So we name here enable configure terminal. Then host name, we do host name. Then SL. Let's do it. Let's name it Sierra Leone. I don't know if it's spelled this way or double N.
L.
A router. So we have Sierra Leone router. I have this. Then we have the switch. We can name the switch, but for now we can leave it because then the PC. Let's name the PC. A PC. The naming should be somewhere. It should be somewhere. So you can just name the PC if you find it.
Typically.
It's here. So PC1 would be Edu your home. So you are in Gambia. Edu home.
It's using analog. Analog.
Edu home.
Coffee.
Yes.
So the switches doesn't strip the source MAC address. It's rather the router that strips it off.
Yes, there's a router that strips it off. So ideally, the switch will do the same thing. I didn't add it, but ideally, when it gets to this port, the router knows that the whole network, it comes to this particular port. So it will bring it here. When it gets to this port, as I mentioned earlier, there's the CAM. That is the content accessible memory of the switch, content accessible memory. So the switch, any device connected, it takes your MAC. So it knows, oh, this MAC address, that's ABA, is connected to my port 5. So immediately it gets a request. It doesn't look at the IP because it doesn't work with IP. Just look at the destination. It looks at the destination MAC. That's this. So you see that it will see that, oh, there's PCDM. And it will say, oh, PCDM is connected to port 5. So I will just send the traffic to port 5. So let's say if between that time you switch a port and it doesn't update its CAM, it will send the traffic to a wrong port and then it will not go through unless it updates the CAM that, oh, PCDM has now moved to port 6. So I have to change it. If not, to send it to port 5, and port 5 will be a different device. Yes. So that's it. So this is it. So here will be, so Sierra Leone it will be, what is it? So this will be your device. So low PC. So for you to get.
Wrapping up.
Yeah, it's done. So I think we are done. So that's it. I'll share one. So right now we all know how to do static routes.